Hello everyone, I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel, and here is the recap for the Sir Alex Ferguson save, which is happening over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Reesy FC. Of course, every week I stream. At the end of the week, I am going to do a recap video. This is episode 3 now. We didn't do one last week because we only streamed, I think it was just 1 hour that week, so we skipped on that recap because the old throat was bad then. It's a lot better now. I've been able to stream twice this week, so let's get into the recap and show you the run of results we've been on, because we've been in poor form recently. So when you was last with us, it was for that Burnley one, I believe. We did beat Leicester and Doncaster in last week's stream, and we lost also to Sheffield United as well. But picking up this week, it's been torrid form. If we have a look here from the Leeds United game below, we played them in the league, we lost 3-0. We then played them in the FA Cup and lost 3-1. Really gone to pot. The solid defensive work we'd put in the foundations just after we joined. Of course, we went on a game on a run of 3 clean sheets on the spin in the 3 wins that we put together in the middle of December. And of course, we didn't concede in the 2 games at the beginning of January. Well, it's all gone to pot that. We conceded 3 goals, 3 goals again, 3 goals again, and then the 3 games running we conceded 4 goals, and then conceded 3 goals again against Wolves. During that time, Martinez has been out injured, so it happened to be when he came back for that Spurs game, we won 4-0 and we kept a clean sheet. But overall, we've been very poor since that Doncaster win in the FA Cup. But you know, there's no excuse. You can't go and lose to Sheffield United and Leeds United 3-0, albeit away from home, when you're trying to stay in the league. They're the teams you need to try and take points off. I'd have been disappointed with 2 draws there, if I'm honest, but to get hammered 3-0 both times was not good, and in the FA Cup it wasn't too much better either. Manchester City was a different kettle of fish as well. You know how good they are. We was 4-0 down at half time, so to be able to keep it at 4-0 in the second half, I was delighted with, because we was terrible. We did switch it up for a 4-2-4 in the second half and just tried to get some goals back in there. Then it was Everton away, and again, terrible performance. Ollie Watkins, I did say on the stream, I was saying all week, as soon as Ollie Watkins gets a goal, I think our form will turn. Well, he got a goal, and our form didn't turn, albeit we was 2-1 down. We pulled one back through Ollie Watkins. We then, 17 minutes on the clock, we thought, right, you know what, let's go for it. Let's absolutely go for it. And it didn't work out too well, did it? In the last 8 minutes, they scored 2 goals to make it 4-1, so they battered us on paper. It didn't really feel like that in game, but on paper, it's another 4 goals conceded, another hiding that we've been handed to us. It was then, the start of Thursday's stream was ridiculous, because we had Chelsea away and Wolves away, another 2 away games there to start the stream off with, and Chelsea battered us. I mean, with no respite at all. We had a man sent off in Wesley as well just after the hour mark. It was already 4-0 then, and that really kiboshed any chance of us even scoring a goal in that game against Chelsea. It was a real poor performance at Stamford Bridge. Wolves were up next, and it was a much better performance at Molineux. It was a Midlands derby, so you expect us to be a lot better. And if we have a look at the attributes here, the attributes at the match stats here, we should have got a point out of it. It was a very close game, albeit they just outscored us. They also did have another goal disallowed as well that could have made it 4-1 at the time, but Ross Barkley scored an absolute scorcher to bring us back into the game in the 75th minute. But after that, we didn't really do anything. We didn't offer anything more or do enough, essentially, once we pulled that goal back, to go and get a draw out of the game. We then played Tottenham Hotspur, and that was a superb win. Martinez back in goal, as I mentioned earlier. Wonderful to see him back, and we kept a clean sheet. Tyrone Mings playing at left back still because of the injury to Matty Target that he picked up, and also Curtis Jones picked up an injury right at the end of the game. Curtis Jones was phenomenal. He scored his first goal in this game against Spurs, and unfortunately for us, just as he hit the form, he got injured, which was a bit of a shame. Engels got on the score sheet as well. Matty Cash on the score sheet. Douglas Luiz opened the scoring for us. Lots of greens there, green ratings, which is fantastic. It tells you all the boys played really well. Martinez was fantastic in goal as well, because Spurs did have their chances. It was a terrific game, but ultimately we were more clinical than Tottenham were, and I didn't realise Tottenham are down there with us in the relegation scrap, so it was a big win. It made it even bigger, to be honest. We then played Southampton, and Southampton, before this game, if we have a look at this, before we played them, I said on stream, they're going to turn it around against us. They went for a run of 6 games, 6 defeats in a row, just like we did before that Tottenham game, and it's just typical that they were going to turn it around against us. Che Adams getting the goal to give Southampton all 3 points at St Mary's, and it was a real difficult day, difficult results to take. But you know what, I'm just pleased that we managed to stop the rot and get that win over against Tottenham, because imagine if we'd lost that as well, it would have been about 8 or 9 games. How would it have been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it would have been 9 games that we would have lost on the spin. So at least we've broken it up a little bit with that Tottenham victory. Let's look at the Premier League table then, shall we, and see where we are. So we have got 13 games remaining. Teams around us do have games in hand, so we're not out of the woods yet. We are back down to 14th in the league on 26 points, minus 12 goal difference, so it's slightly better, but it's actually a lot better than the guys in the bottom three. West Ham United are on 22 points in 18th, so we're 4 points above them. Sheffield United on 21 points and West Brom on 14 points. You can't envisage West Brom will get out of it. They might do, they've still got a chance, but ultimately I'd take 17th right now, especially with our recent run of form. I'd absolutely take 17th position, keep the boys up, and then we'll build for next season in this Sir Alex Ferguson challenge. Of course, if we do get relegated, it's end of challenge. Sir Alex Ferguson never got relegated with Manchester United, did he, of course, so he kept them up. We've got to keep Villa up to keep this challenge going. One of the big contributing factors to that drop in form, in my opinion, is Ollie Watkins stopped scoring goals before that. Since we joined on November the 6th, he scored goals left, right and centre. He was the top scorer in the Premier League, and it's no coincidence he stopped scoring, we stopped scoring, and our form hit. If you can have a look here, I don't know if this is very, very clear, but if we go from this Leicester game where he did score a goal, after this he failed to score against Sheffield United, Leeds, Manchester City. He did get one against Everton, but all these games we've lost. We did lose to Everton as well, and Chelsea of course, but he started scoring again against Wolves. He didn't get on the score sheet against Tottenham, but look at his form. His rating really picked up from that goal against Everton. 6.3 poor against Chelsea, everyone was poor, just write that one off, but a 7 rating against Wolves and a 7.4 against Tottenham. Okay, he didn't really turn up against Southampton, but the team didn't either really. But I think now with him finding the score sheet again, 2 in his last 5, hopefully he can kick on now and score more goals to ultimately help us fight against relegation this season. He is vital. We are scouting for a backup for him as well, because he can't do it all himself. Wesley hasn't come in and covered himself in glory. Keenan Davis is young, of course he was the youngster we promoted. He hasn't played as well as I'd have hoped. He did nearly get on the score sheet against Wolves, but it was a Matty Cash cross that came in. He just tried to get his head to it. He couldn't. Matty Cash got given the goal because it was from his cross and there was no contact on the ball whatsoever. But it would have been nice if Davis would have got his head onto that to get him up and running for the season, because Ollie Watkins needs to be pushed a little bit up there to just keep him on his toes and to make out that he's not going to be automatically selected each week. But at the minute, unfortunately, he is. Even when he's poor, he is one of the first names on that team sheet. So coming up this week, guys, I will be streaming once again on Tuesday for sure. I don't think Thursday, but we'll make up for it. I got a thing going on Thursday, which I won't go into on camera, but so we will make up for it probably on the weekend, maybe, perhaps, or even a Friday stream or a Monday stream. I don't know, we'll see, but we will make up for it because I want to get this first season finished as soon as possible. And when we do come back, Tuesday will be the first one, probably not Monday, so you're looking at me probably streaming on Wednesday or Friday to make up for Thursday. Newcastle United will be at home on the first stream on Tuesday, as for the first game rather. They're in 8th position, they're going very well in the Premier League. Brighton as well are in 5th, they're challenging for the Champions League spaces, so they're going to be a tough game as well. It is all difficult. Crystal Palace is a must win at home in the Premier League. Of course, in our second game with Aston Villa, we drew them 2-2 away from home when we was 2-0 up, so that was rather disappointing. So hopefully we can go and beat Crystal Palace at Villa Park, where predominantly we have been very, very strong at home this season. Since I've arrived at the club, and I think the only defeat was Manchester City at home since I've arrived. We've had a lot of away games recently. In fact, look at the away games. We've actually played 2 home games in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 home games in the last 9 games. So when we start playing a bit more frequently at Villa Park, hopefully our form will pick up. We will then play Manchester United, who are 3rd, battling out for Champions League and the title, of course, with Liverpool coming up as well. So it's going to be a tough few weeks in the battle against relegation. So guys, if you did enjoy that, please leave a massive like on here for me, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and make sure you hit the little bell to be notified every time I upload a video. More importantly though, if you do want to watch this save live, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Reesy FC, and usually streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays. Of course, next week is a little bit different because of the Thursday thing I was just alluding to, but yeah, follow me over there and come and say hi in the chat. The chat's always decent. There's a bit of football banter in there as well, and see you over there hopefully then. But if you miss anything, of course there's recaps every week. If you prefer to carry on keeping up with the save this way, by all means you feel free to do that. But let me know down in the comments if you think we can save Aston Villa from relegation and what we can do in the future with the villains, and if we can equal Sir Alex Ferguson's or better Sir Alex Ferguson's record. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time here on Reesy FC. Bye bye.